This simplification of the skeleton is mostly sticks representing bones, but you have to pay attention to the form of the rib cage and the form of the simplified skull and the orientation of the two discs representing the pelvis. And also the spine, in most cases you won't really see it. In fact, a lot of the kind of inner structures, in a lot of cases you won't really be getting a clear picture of their placement. You'll be doing the placement based on sometimes an estimate, and sometimes based on the parts of the structure that are visible on the surface. So as you see here, the central line of the rib cage is located between the two chest muscles, and the arch of the rib cage is located by locating the arch of the abdominal muscles. One thing you have to keep in mind is that the lower part of the rib cage is visible because there's not a lot of muscle cover over it, but the top part of the rib cage is not really visible on like a muscular person, or unless you're looking at a skeleton or an x-ray. So what you have to do is to draw the rib cage in the correct kind of half dome form that it is. You'll be drawing the lower part of the rib cage based on the ribs or the oblique muscles that you see, and the top part of the rib cage you'll have to be drawing from estimation. In this specific case, you don't really see the spine, so the spine will also have to be drawn mostly from your estimation of where it goes, especially when you're talking about the spine behind the rib cage, the thoracic spine, and the spine that is in the lumbar region or the abdomen, because you really don't see much of it. What you do see is the neck, so that'll give you the spine in the neck goes behind the structure of the neck and attaches to the back of the head. So you get that, and the rest you kind of have to estimate. And one thing is that you will see that the ridges of the pelvis are visible, where the meat of the abdomen kind of ends, and you see a little bit of a fold at the bottom of the abdomen before the hip structure starts. This is another example. This is from the back, so this will also be showing the shoulder blade. When possible, you should also try and locate the shoulder blade. You will see the top of the shoulder blade as a line. I think it'll become more clear once I actually get to drawing that part. So yeah, there you see the line that indicates the top of the shoulder blade. Sometimes you also see the back side of the shoulder blade. The the lower side of the shoulder blade that is on the right of the image is never really visible. So you basically draw these two lines, and then the third line you have to draw mostly from imagination. And you see here that the pelvis is not really aligned with the rib cage. That is something that you'll see a lot. So the rib cage is a structure, and as well as the pelvis and the head, they are structures that are not really that don't really allow for much movement within themselves, but there are very movable joints between the skull and the rib cage and the pelvis. So the skull and the rib cage and the pelvis can be in very different alignment from each other.